It's now Monday morning, and South Mississippi is in the thick of Hurricane Katrina. As the sun comes up, a huge tidal surge is ripping apart lives and property all over the area. High winds are doing the same. It's hard to believe, but the worst is still to come.
It's still a monster of a storm. It's huge.
All right, welcome back to our continuing coverage of Hurricane Katrina. She is definitely making her move on the coast right now. The rain is coming down hard. The winds are really picking up.
Those winds start coming in a little bit later this morning.
No, those winds are coming in now.
Right. Well, but as they pick up, they're going to be coming in even more.
Okay, that was a big gust, folks. That one scared me.
Yeah, we're going to be hearing this, and it's going to get a lot worse.
And you're going to have these moments too, where you're thinking, "Oh my gosh, what now?"
With each passing minute, Hurricane Katrina continues her relentless pounding of South Mississippi. High winds batter homes and businesses, and floodwaters pushed by those winds destroy most everything they touch. Homeowners can't believe what they're seeing.
Unbelievable. The sound. I mean, stuff has been picked up and thrown. I never dreamed I would have had water in my house. Oh my God. Still blowing.
Welcome back to our hurricane coverage here on Monday, August, what is the date? August
29th, the day that we are not going to forget.
Day that will live in infamy. In fact, I heard somebody who was interviewed yesterday here on WLOX saying this is a day that so many will remember. We all talk about, not so much us, but those who were here during Hurricane Camille still talk about the day that Hurricane Camille struck. Well, probably 15, 20, 30 years from now, those of us who are still around will talk about the day that Hurricane Katrina struck. It will be a day long remembered. Katrina's legacy was just beginning.
And earlier, the most frightening thing so far is, and you saw this video earlier, I believe, we were headed for Courthouse Road Pier, the Kemcombs Pier down there off Courthouse Road, and got to Cowan Road and saw the lake ahead where 90 was underwater. And that wasn't so shocking, but we got up, parked the car on Cowan Road, pointed it to the north on some higher ground, walked down there, and hear the wind.
Yeah, we're actually watching the lights in the studio shaking, so.
We walked down there, and the water was being pushed in to such a degree that, I mean, it came up quickly, and suddenly we found it over our ankles, and we had to scurry up Cowan Road.
Water is now coming on land quickly. Homes that didn't flood, even in Camille, are not spared this time around. People watch the storm surge get higher and higher, until finally water engulfs everything, ruining cars, furniture, and the houses themselves.
We are totally flooded. This is the bedroom. The bed is floating away, all the pillows, the cedar chest, everything floating away. I'm gonna walk over here to the windows, and you can actually see the water lapping at the windows.
In some places, the water rises so high that it completely covers homes. And in other places, those who ride out the storm find themselves in attics trying to stay alive. Neighborhoods become lakes within minutes.
Okay, we're in the attic, and you see that little crook in that metal right there? When the water got up there, it was almost in the attic with us. So I panicked and felt like if the water was going to come up anymore, I needed to have a plan B.
Just imagine sitting on the top floor of whatever you're at and knowing that the water's rising to you, you have nowhere to go. It's got to be a scary situation.
And this is why people were urged to go ahead and evacuate when they had an opportunity to. Point Cadet and that whole area of Biloxi down there is always prone to flooding. So when you hear that a Category 5 storm is coming this way, folks, listen, please. I mean, in this, hopefully it's not too late for these people.
At WLOX on DeBees Road in Biloxi, wind continues to blow apart the roof.
I don't know if you saw that shot that we had earlier from our tower cam, which shot right down on the building, and we had lost a portion of the roof.
So you can see and hear the fury of this storm from this vantage point on the front porch of WLOX right out on DeBees Road. You can see the pine trees bending in the wind back behind me. Listen to that wind. The impressive sound of these hurricane force winds as they now hit Biloxi. Just listen to that. The rain blowing sideways, the strong wind coming in from primarily the east. As we walk around this way, you can see some of these bushes, and just listen. It is impressive, folks. That is the best word I can use to describe it. Just very impressive. Listen to the sound of that wind. These are strong winds. I don't have to tell you that. You can hear it and see it. You can see some of the small limbs out in the front yard here of WLOX, and just strong gusts. It had been gusting at times. We'll get some sustained winds, and it seems that we are getting longer periods of sustained, strong wind like is happening right now, as you see the trees and the bushes here on the front of WLOX blowing about.
It's getting very serious here. We're sustained winds well over 100 miles an hour right now.
The National Weather Service is issuing tornado warnings, but what they are telling folks is as this eye wall moves ashore, you're going to have tornadic-like activity as far as the winds. Now, we're starting to really get some movement on our roof structure right here in the studio at the present time. I rode out 2 storms here in Hurricane Elena and Hurricane George, and to be honest with you, I haven't seen the roof structure move like this in previous storms. So we are seeing some serious situations. I don't know how long we're going to be able to stay here in the studio.
Reports of Katrina's destruction keep coming in.
And we have Jamie Goad, who's on the phone with us right now at the courthouse in Pascagoula. Jamie, how would you characterize the situation right now?
It's pretty grave. That's what I can say. It's incredible what Mother Nature can do. I mean, if we look out the window, it's just like streams of water coming by.
It's a scene happening across South Mississippi. On Lemieux Street in Biloxi, the storm surge forces its way into the heart of the city, carrying piles of debris past City Hall. Behind the scenes at WLOX, work is now underway to move crucial weather equipment to a safe part of the building as wind gusts continue to weaken the roof.
If you can possibly see outside, you're going to see the force of Mother Nature and what she can do.
Steve, what do you think?
I think it's pretty tremendous. It's the strongest wind I've ever seen in my life.
I have to be honest with you, our studios are rocking and rolling right now.
Did you ever imagine that when you moved to South Mississippi, you'd be covering a storm like this?
I never imagined in my life that I would do anything like this.
And judging by the sound that we're hearing, we're kind of...
Okay.
Okay,
it's time to go.
Part of the newsroom roof blows off. There's a scramble to save equipment and set up a new broadcast center in a secure area. A huge hole is now in the ceiling. And even in the secure area, wind gusts overpower WLOX microphones.
I've just been passed a note, and you can probably tell by the expressions on our face, part of our newsroom, the roof is...
Well, I can feel the breeze.
...is going away, and occasionally gust of wind will blow through here.
And now we have heard from Pascagoula, Bay St. Louis, Biloxi, and Colonel Joe Spraggins with the Harrison County Civil Defense that there are a number of people that have just been caught by the rising water. Yeah. They're up in their attics, they're up on their rooftops, they're waiting. Jamie said there's a list of people who have called 911 and they're trying to prioritize. As soon as the eye passes over and police are able to get out and help people, they will do so.
But in Bay St. Louis, one of the areas hit the hardest, a life and death situation caught on tape. A family is trapped by quickly rising floodwater. Police make a daring rescue.
It's a day of victims and heroes. What a day.
As the storm continues to pummel South Mississippi, WLOX stays on the air despite being driven out of the regular studio and into a makeshift one. Because the studio is out of order, a small laptop computer is used to get the word out.
We are sharing this experience with hundreds of thousands of people.
And actually, life will really be changed for a while, Tommy, here in South Mississippi, from the casino industry to areas that have been hard hit by rising waters, flooding, to WLOX. I mean, our building has taken quite a hit.
The storm is holding together very, very well, and that's not good. When we use term well this time, we don't mean good news. We mean that this storm looks like it is maintaining its strength.
We did keep telling people that there were going to be massive floods, but when we did find out that we're looking at 28 feet tidal surge instead of 20 feet of tidal surge, and when we're looking at having the Wolf River crest at 23 feet, which is 5 feet above what it's ever been in history, those type things were surprises that we didn't realize that were happening because it was not forecast.
Still, the damage reports just keep coming. As we've been telling you, we're getting various phone calls in with various information.
Oh, wow.
This is the Greenbrier subdivision north of Canal Place in Gulfport. This particular family, don't have a name or whatever, had to swim out of their house. The east side of Biloxi, quote, underwater. 1 block east of 49, half of the home collapsed, 10 children stuck in the home from what we were told.
We've heard saying that the casinos, especially the Beau Rivage, had water up to the second, third story.
In Long Beach, trees down in the middle of the road and several homes destroyed. Seaman Road in Ocean Springs, 3 mobile homes destroyed. On the Pass Christian, we asked viewers to call us about the Pass Christian. Bless you for doing that. On SB Avenue, a couple of blocks north of Pineville, 5 feet of water on the road. So understandably, it almost goes without saying, that means there are cars underwater there. 5 feet of water is a lot of water